wonderful hardware, and we're going to celebrate some pretty incredible change makers. But to kick us off and get us started and get us in the mood, please welcome back to the stage the Lord Mayor of Bonn, Ashok Sridharan.
Thank you very much, Nadira. Excellencies, dear Mitch Toomey, I don't see you, where are you? Okay, hi. Dear colleague, my dear colleague from Gent, Danielle Termont, dear Pradeep Munga, dear laureates, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends. Since 2015, the Agenda 2030 and the SDGs have embarked on an exciting journey from commitment to ideas to action. Today morning, this first Global Festival of Action has already begun forging new alliances and of transformative power, and it will continue doing so over the next 2 days and beyond, here in Bonn and, of course, all over the world. This award ceremony will showcase the most ambitious, the most innovative, the most creative and the most inspiring examples, role models, frontrunners. Let me warmly congratulate the 7 to-be laureates, even though they will get their awards only in a couple of minutes. But since due to other obligations, I unfortunately have to leave at 7:30. I know the jury had a hard time deciding amongst hundreds of submissions. There are great initiatives out there, and all of them are extremely valuable for the SDGs, for our communities, and societies to thrive. In Bonn, we do feel very privileged to offer a platform for bringing together all these sustainable innovators from around the world. Personally, I'm looking forward to tonight's presentations and projects. Just like me, many of you in this room may already be thinking about how to adapt some of the brilliant approaches we will hear about to our communities, companies or organizations to multiply the impact. And this is exactly what this award is meant to be, showcasing models to be replicated, because the SDGs are all about united and shared action. From my personal perspective, which is that of a mayor and first vice president of ICLEI, Local Governments for Sustainability, I'm very happy to see how the performance of local governments again makes a difference. My special congratulations go to Ghent, our fellow member city and their partner cities in Belgium, for their simple but so charming and effective approach to reach out to citizens and communities. I've had the opportunity to see the submission, and I'd spontaneously sign up for marathon, for biking, and as a supporter of the UN Women He for She campaign for gender equality. And I'm already thinking of what else to adopt and to integrate into our own SDG strategies, into education, into outreach, into action. Bonn is proud to host these UN entities advancing and promoting the SDGs. As a host city committed to sustainability, we are keen to create opportunities to take the goals to our city, to our people and communities, into our schools and adult learning programs, into multiple municipal buildings and public spaces. The SDGs are even presented in our local carnival parade. Tomorrow morning, the world's largest lesson activation will see participants of this festival visit schools in Bonn and teach our children about sustainability and the 17 goals. Let me thank, yes, big hand of applause for all these people who are going out to our schools. Let me thank all of you, not only the incoming 7 laureates, for your commitment, your dedication and passion, for your creativity and performance as change makers and change motivators. We've been inspired by the action we have seen here from all over the world, and now the ball and the action is ours. Thank you for being part of the global SDG movement, and welcome again to Bonn, hoping that you will also find some time to enjoy our beautiful city on the banks of the Rhine. And please, if you have some spare time, please do visit the birthplace of Ludwig van Beethoven. The great composer was born here in 1770, so we are going to celebrate his 250th anniversary in 2020. And he was not only born over here in Bonn, he lived here for 22 years. Then he shifted to Vienna and died. So, thank you for being here. Please do enjoy our city and take care. Thanks a lot.
We're never ever leaving Bonn. Huge hand for our Lord Mayor and our host city, Bonn. We are so excited to be here as usual, and we're here to celebrate change makers, as I said, but it's our innovators, our mobilizers, our connectors, our storytellers, our communicators, our visualizers, and our includers, which of course all happen to be the categories for tonight's awards. Every single one of our finalists is doing amazing work that could teach us all a thing or two about impact, but work that's also going to help the entire world achieve the 2030 agenda. So here to tell you a bit more about the program and how we got here, please welcome back to the stage UN Sdg Action Director, UN Sdg Action Campaign Global Director, Mitchell Toomey. I've said it so much I'm forgetting.
Hey. Well, I'm the luckiest man in the world to be standing in the middle of this circle, surrounded by so many brilliant people. I've had a chance to meet many of you today. And if I forgot your name or your face, please forgive me. But it's such an emotional and wonderful experience to be with you all here today. And tomorrow and Friday are sure to be just as rewarding. I want to talk just a little bit about the awards because this is so important and it's so tough to do awards right. You know, you want to make sure that everybody feels appreciated and everyone has a chance to be recognized. And I think that the process that we've gone through with 746 nominations from 125 countries, 7 continents, people from all over the world were really wanted to come to Bonn. Maybe like Mr. Beethoven himself. It's a great city to celebrate success and a great city to celebrate the things we do here for the Sustainable Development Goals. So we have a wonderful jury that's helped us through this process. We've done a lot of different things. I want to point out that over here in general, you'll see the kind of the names and faces on the slides. But really, it's a great honor. We know how difficult this process is, and we really support you, and we're thankful for your opinions in this process. Like I said, there's never the perfect way to do this. But what we want to do is make sure that everyone understands that these awards are symbols of our community, of the network that's in this room. We all own these awards because they're all part of the same movement. And I think that while we recognize one here and one another time, everyone, we're grateful for every piece of activity. Now, we've done these awards. This is a picture from 2015, our first awards exercise at the launch of the goals. And we had a very small gathering in New York, and we celebrated some wonderful partners from around the world. Some of the people in this picture are in the room today, still doing the work of the SDGs several years later. So thank you for your commitment and your tenacity. This is a marathon. We're on a marathon, folks. One day, one event, one award is not going to make or break the SDGs, but it's the small steps that we all take and we don't give up and we keep moving. So please, when you see the awards being announced, congratulate yourself too for being here and being part of this community. All of the finalists are fantastic. I was sitting in the session earlier this afternoon. We intend to take those stories global. Part of our job is to do exhibitions and talks and festivals and things, and those very projects are the signals that we're going to send that this is actually working. This is not just a UN program, but there are people around the world who've taken this on personally and see this as their mission, not just for this year, but for the next 15 years, next 12 or 15 years. So that's all from me. I can't wait to sit back and watch the show with you. But thanks again, and we really appreciate all of the finalists, all of your submissions. Everyone counts, and have a great night. Thanks.
So that was actually the very first event I did with the campaign, and clearly I've never left. So these guys are amazing, and once you work with them, you're never going to want to leave. So we are going to take a kind of Golden Globes-y approach to our awards tonight. So it's going to be informal and fun and loose, and so much so, in fact, that we even had last-minute wardrobe changes. I wasn't planning to change, and then Laura Hildebrandt's like, I've got a dress upstairs. Just run up and change. So we're excited about this, and we really want you to have fun and engage with our finalists and engage with our winners. So just to tell you the plan, I'll invite each presenter up here to stand with me and ask them a question, because we've got some pretty fantastic folks presenting and we really want to hear from them. If I manhandle you, it is solely because I want you to be in the frame for our photographer and videographer and for our live stream audience, because there are people watching around the world. Let's give them a big hello. Hey! Hi! Then one of our wonderful volunteers will hand the envelope to the presenter. I'll read out the finalists, and the presenter will announce the winner. Then winners, who will all be over here, am I right, are going to be so excited, and they're going to come down. They're going to stand over here and take a photo with their presenter. And then winners, you'll take the stage and give a 1-minute acceptance speech. There will be a clock down on the screen here to keep you kind of on time. And if you see me creeping over to you, you'll know it's time to wrap your acceptance speech. So with that, we ready to hand out some hardware? Yeah! Let's present our very first award of the night. Here to present the Communicator Award, please welcome the Chief of the Development Section of the Strategic Communications Division at the UN Department of Public Information, Francine Harrigan. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome. So we heard Yusuf say this morning that folks often have no idea what the SDGs even are. So what does it take, in your experience, to mount a successful campaign communicating the SDGs to the people that they most affect, i.e. the public?
Sure. So I think for a communications campaign, obviously that's a big question, but there are many elements, but maybe I'll just touch on a few.
Please.
The right frame. What is it you're trying to communicate? Is it hope? Is it change? Is it equality, etc., which is incredibly important with the SDGs. Simple messaging, we communicate in it in a simple, understandable way, especially to the public who aren't experts in these issues. Branding, we're lucky enough with the SDGs, we have the icons, we have the wheel. I see many of you wearing the wheel. So branding is always critically important, also creative content, etc. The human connection with the SDGs, we need to connect with people. Why do the goals matter? And then last but not least, but particularly important for this conference, partnerships, communities. How do we reach scale? So you can have a fantastic campaign, but it can be incredible if you can really make those partnerships and push it out in different countries, different communities, etc. And I've heard that over and over today. So.
Absolutely, and you have an opportunity to do it here, because this room is full of amazing people that you are able to connect with. So we absolutely hope that you will do that. So the Communicator Award recognizes the most creative or impactful communications campaign to raise awareness about the SDGs and or people's voices and role in SDG action. The finalists are Companies for SDGs, SDGs Voices, Chef's Manifesto, Night Trek for the SDGs, and SDG Challenge. And the winner is...
The winner of the 2018 Sdg Action Award for Best Communicator is SDG Voices, City of Ghent, Belgium.
The SDG Voices campaign, led by the City of Ghent, challenged cities in Belgium to encourage and mobilize Belgians to implement the SDGs in their daily lives. The campaign involved 23 different Ghent city services and departments, and nearly 6,000 citizens in 6 cities participated physically, and many others took part via social media. And here to accept the award is Anja van den Derpel.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the city of Ghent in Belgium is really a city of people, as we say. We are not a city of things, but a city of people. And we were asked as the only city in Belgium by the federal government to be one of the SDG voices. And through co-creation and specific challenges that affect people's daily life were designed by our people, by these 3 ladies and a couple of colleagues of them. I want to thank them and congratulate them. You know, ladies and gentlemen, with what we did, the 5 cities that we have the challenges, we had more than 6,000 people who were physically participating at the activities. And we saw that via social media, we have 75,000 until 100,000 people who were involved. And that's really, we reached a lot of people. And I think that's very important. So I'm going to be very brief because my time is over. I only want to say, we together have to walk very far. And if we want to walk very far, we have to walk together. Let's realize all together the SDGs. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we're already better than the Golden Globes because we're on time. So let's have our next award, the Connector Award. And here to present it, please welcome Senior Special Assistant to the President on the SDGs for the Government of Nigeria, Her Excellency Princess Adejoke Oyelope Adefulire. What's your vision to encourage all sectors of society to connect in SDG action?
I think the SDG is for the people, for the prosperity, peace, and the planet. So together, if you make SDG more inclusive, more accessible, then the world will be a better place for everyone. And I think that what is important for us is to ensure that Goal 16, justice, peace, and strong institution works for SDG. If that one works, then all other goals will be achieved. So people, in respect of status, sex, ethnicity, religion, must key into SDG, and they must be carried along, leaving no one behind. And stronger together is the slogan for Nigeria. If the weak is strong, then we can achieve SDG, and we will not leave anyone behind. Thank you very much.
The Connector Award recognizes the team or person that demonstrates innovative or impactful ways to build networks or bring multiple stakeholders together towards SDG action. And the finalists are Unreasonable Goals, the Stockholm Act, Africa Youth Movement, Circular Economy Club, Africa Youth SDGs Summit, Together 2017, Collaboration, Innovation, and the SDGs, and Global Business Coalition for Education. And who's our winner?
And the winner is, for the 2018 Sdg Action Award, Best Connector is Unreasonable Goals.
Each year until 2030, the team at Unreasonable Group will bring together highly scalable solutions armed with leading-edge technologies and match them during a 2-week gathering with world-class mentors, select foundations, sovereign wealth funds, policymakers, multinational executives, and private equity firms to help scale up their efforts to meet the SDGs. Please welcome Dave Smith to accept the award.
Thank you. This is ridiculous. Those were 6 of the coolest projects I've ever heard of, and I'm absolutely positive you all have made a mistake in having me up here. I'm truly humbled and honored to be surrounded by such unreasonable people who are bending and shaping the world to their whims instead of going with what is. This is not my work alone. I work with 20 of the hardest working individuals on the planet, and none of this would be possible without their hard work and dedication to this cause. Not only that, though, I want to dedicate this award really to the true heroes of Unreasonable, which are the entrepreneurs that we work with that are on the front lines battling the 17 SDGs along with the other problems that exist in the world, and they are the most inspiring people. And I really wish they were here to tell their stories as well, but I guess I'll just have to do it for them. Thank you all so much. I'm beyond humbled. Thank you.
You do, it's okay. And now, just to get us excited even more, we have a performance from one of our award finalists. You've already heard them once today, so you know they absolutely rock. And Jeremy thinks so too. All the way from New York, world beatbox champion Kayla Milady and artist and producer Y from Beat Global.
Make some noise!
Woo!
Okay, guys,
How y'all feeling right now?
we're gonna need your help, okay?
So we're gonna start with a little stomp and clap. Kayla, let's let them know.
All right, everyone, let me get a clap like this.
There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get a stomp too, right?
Add a little stomp.
All right. Now, we're gonna need this half right here. You to you, okay? My
Up
guys
to
over
here.
here. You're gonna do this. We. Good. We. Okay, good. You guys over here? Here to here. Keep that up. We. Keep going. We.
Okay, guys, over here.
My group right here in the middle.
We need. We need. We need. We need. We need. We need.
Good.
We
My
need.
family over here. You guys are gonna do this.
We need.
Change.
We need.
Change.
We need.
Change.
We.
Change. Louder.
We.
Let the whole world
We-
hear it, guys. This is what we're
We-
here for, right? Because we
We-
do need change. We need to
We
make every
need
single
change.
person in
We
the entire
need
world
change.
go against
We
these, go
need
with these,
change.
right? And how are we going to do that? We need to activate, right? Activate, right? Activate, right? Activate, right?
Activate, gotta activate. Think it in your mind and you see that it's straight. If we eliminate poverty, we gotta get it up. Living up in a place you couldn't really stop. See another thing, we gotta have a lot of clean water for another son. Say they living with the daughter. Man like my brothers, but we looking for the building. Everybody in the place, you know that we've been chilling. Then you gotta bring up in the base. Take another situation, make the people safe. Living for the kids and the kids gotta say they got the people living good and then they gotta bring the credit. Insurance, health care, everybody live. Keep it what it is, yeah, you know what it is. Take another minute when you changing the sound. When you find that all the vision get the water the ground. When you feeling all you give and God living it now. Cause we need change.
Come on.
We need change. We need change.
Say that out loud.
We need
Sing
change.
it out loud.
Hit it with a solo, Kayla.
What we gonna do? Yeah, we gonna come through. Because we need the change. Because we need the change. What we gonna do? We gonna come through. Because we need change. Yeah, what do we need?
Change.
Come on.
Change.
We need
Say.
change. We need change.
Bring it
Come on.
back. We need change.
Come on.
We need change.
Come on.
We need change.
Let them hear you.
We need change. We need change. We need change. Everybody gotta live, everybody gotta change. Put your hands up in the air if you making that change. Put the hands up, put the hands up. Now side to side. When we say peace, y'all say love. Peace, peace, love. When we say peace, y'all say love. Peace, love, peace, love. Thank y'all, make some noise.
We can do it, people.
We are Beat Global. Thank you to all of us. We composed all this music and lyrics on the spot because we need change.
And we're gonna make
you
the change
are
happen.
the change. Look in the mirror. Find some answers. They're all there.
Thanks, guys.
Artist and producer Y and world beatbox champion Kayla Milady. Let's hear it again. Woo! And you saw them today. They'll be with us throughout the entire 3 days, and they're awesome. So we are so lucky to have them. And now, our next award. Here to present the Includer Award, please welcome from BMZ, the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development here in Germany, which is also one of the supporting partners of this festival, Marcus Braun.
Hi, Nadira.
Hi, Marcus. You having fun?
Yeah, I am. I'm happy to be part of this great moment.
You're doing a lot of high-fiving over there, I noticed.
Yeah.
Who can resist? So the Includer Award recognizes the most extraordinary and impactful effort to ensure that excluded groups become part of the SDG dialogue and implementation in their community. And the finalists for Includer are Casa de la Mujer Indígena, Awaz Sidi's Pakistan Development Alliance, Sindh Community Foundation, Translation of the SDGs into Local Languages, Accountability Advocates Zambia, and Youth Power Accountability Advocates. Marcus, who's our winner?
The winner of the 2018 Sdg Action Award for Best Includers is Youth Power Accountability Advocates.
Stay here. Services were able to avoid pregnancy and stay in school. Please welcome founder Richard Zakunu to accept the award.
Thank you to everyone. This means a lot. There are a lot of young people around the world, particularly in Africa, who just want to make a change in their communities. I graduated from university in 2016 with my bachelor's, a first-class student. My colleagues, most of them moved into the corporate world. They began to work, and they always ask, Richard, what are you still doing? I say, yeah, I'm doing some community work. I'm helping there. What do you get out of it? My mom will sometimes ask, hey, what she means by good job is get something that you earn an income from. But this has been my passion to support women and girls for 10 years now. And it's been difficult. A lot of young people are out there making a change, but they get nothing for what they do. They get no recognition. All they want to do is to make a change. But today, I'm sure when I get home, and to all other young people who are making a change happen, there will be a recognition someday, and thank you all very much.
You can stand. Richard! Look! Woo! And now we have our first standing ovation. We can check that off the bucket list for the UN Sdg Action Awards. That was, of course, lovely. And we're really excited for our next award, which is the Innovator Award. Here to present our Innovator Award, please welcome BMW Foundation Director Marcus Hipp. Welcome, Marcus. So, to be truly innovative, you come over here. You've got to have imagination and the courage to try new things, such as wrangling presenters into this space. Why is that so important for the SDGs, and how do we encourage more of it?
Oh, you. 3 terms. 3 terms. Imagination, innovators. Innovators are people which see realities other people, majority of people don't see. That's the first term you used. Then you used creativity. They are creative because they find solutions and test solutions which are very often not just linear. It's not just the next step in innovation. They are very often disruptive. That means they completely open new horizons to see and to look on people. And then there is courage. Yeah, they need courage, because to find it and to see it is one thing, but then to fight for it and against the old world, that's the last point, and that's the hardest, and every one of you knows what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good advice. Thank you. The Innovator Award recognizes the most creative and innovative use of new technologies for communicating SDGs. So the finalists are NDC SDG Connections, Creative Youth Initiative Against Corruption, Shamba Chef, Climate Change in Fiji in VR, Our Home, Our People, and SDGs and Digital Realities. Marcus, who's
So the winner of 2018 SDG Action Award for Best Innovator is Creative Youth Initiative Against Corruption.
CIYAC's Corruption Busters Anti-Corruption Awareness Campaign is clearly awesome and targeted the general public in Nigeria to draw attention to corrupt practices associated with their everyday life and their unimaginable negative impact on individuals and society. The campaign was launched on December 2017 to mark International Anti-Corruption Day, and so far it has reached over 1 million people through CCB TV channel, the project website, social media, and Corruption Busters Goes to School, a special school program. Here to accept the award, where is Feluke Michael?
This means a lot to us because we are fighting the hardest fight that anyone can think of in the world. At the base of the herdsmen killing in Nigeria, abduction of innocent girls, women, the poverty line in Nigeria, poor quality education, hunger, and bad leadership is this killer disease called corruption, the biggest impediment to achieving SDGs in Nigeria. In a bid to end this scourge and build future leaders with integrity, CYIAC was born. Our innovative campaign was built on youth creativity, which capture our nation's corrupt practices and look into the future ahead through medium of art, science, and information technology. A difficult path to tread for us, but we took responsibility. Our motivation was built on eagerness to provide hope for the young generation. As you know, due not an option, we eventually drown our beautiful country. Big thanks to United Nations for giving us the two SDGs, and UN Sdg Action Campaign for giving us the platform. We are the change makers, and you brought that out in us. The world would be a better place to live if every organization in Nigeria can take action like German Embassy in Lagos. They saw us through this. I appreciate my mentor, Dr. David Oyedepo, whose wisdom helped me to go far and pursue this vision. And Professor Wale Soyinka, my leader, my boss. He's been with me from the beginning. And to my team, you know, there are many, I have million teams, school children, youth all over Nigeria. I say big thank you to you because this award is about you. It's about the girls.
Yes.
It's about the girls. It's about the women. We are winning, all thanks to God. Thank you, everyone.
You have got to be feeling it now. I can tell you are. And I just want to mention that here to congratulate these folks in person was the Deputy Head of Mission at the Nigeria Embassy in Berlin, Ambassador Mobolaji S. Ogundero.
Yes.
Just to say hello. Because as you just heard, this means something, and it's going to mean even more as we grow it. And as Richard said, as we go back home and we take this back with us to the people who don't get the recognition all the time. So, oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. Who knew? You have brought that out of me. So thank you for that. It doesn't happen all that often, but tonight's the night. So we are excited to welcome a brand new band from right here in Bonn. They connected here in the last year, and now they're making their debut appearance for us at the Sdg Action Awards, performing A Message of Hope, their song, New World Shine. Please put your hands together, like for reals, for Exiles. And by the way, can we have a special shout out to Jeremy Goddard, who is not only the lead singer of Exiles, but also the festival music director. So everything you've heard and will continue to hear, Jeremy did for us. And he's running all over the place because he's that dedicated. Now, we've got our Mobilizer Award. And here to present it, please welcome an award-winning SDG mobilizer herself, founder and national coordinator of My World Mexico, Carol Arambula. Hello. Nice to see you. You too. We're old SDG friends. It's incredible to build a nationwide volunteer movement from the ground up, as you know, but it's also a huge challenge. What would you say is the #1 ingredient for success?
God, you always have the toughest questions.
Oh, you know me.
You always do it. Well, I would say 3 things. The first is respect and love. The second is, of course, patience. And the third one's lots of coffee. Why love? Why love and respect? Love to our planet, love to our humanity, to our oceans, to those who need us the most, to the most vulnerables out there that, unfortunately, we wish were more represented here. There's a planet at war. Mm-hmm. There's a planet in which oceans are filled with plastic, and I've seen that working throughout my country. Patience, because there are a lot of challenges out there with institutions, with bureaucracy, and of course, we have enemies of the SDGs. We don't think about that. We definitely do have enemies, and those are the people that we need to include in this discussion. And of course, lots of coffee. Because you have hundreds of volunteers sending you text messages at 2 a.m. or receiving 90 emails per day. And you need lots of coffee and lots of love for that. And to me, that's the key things that we have to achieve.
I love, you can clap for that. I also love, just to underscore that when Carol said we have enemies of the SDGs, she ended that thought with, and those are who we need to include in this conversation. So that's really what this is about. It's an inclusive conversation to change minds. And everybody here is part of it. So, the Mobilizer Award recognizes the person or team that demonstrates the greatest success with mobilizing citizens or volunteers to act for the SDGs. The finalists are My World, Challengers for a Better World, 1 Million Impact Campaign, SDG Youth Training Canada, The Road to Rights, Youth for Global Goals, Goals on Wheels, and Youth SDG Action Morocco. Who's our winner, Carol? You guys got to get in the action. They are showing you up.
Okay. Wow. Wow, this thing. So the winner of the 2018 Sdg Action Award Best Mobilizer is Youth Sdg Action Morocco.
Achieving the 2030 agenda in this North African country, this initiative was created to engage Moroccan youth in reaching the 17 goals. Following their participation at last year's Global Festival, this team formed with the aim of educating and empowering Moroccans to achieve the SDGs through the facilitation of partnerships between government officials, civil society, and youth. And they collected over 17,000 youth voices as part of the process. They also tweeted some pretty amazing pictures of being sent off from Morocco. So you should check them out if you haven't already seen them. Give it up! And now, please welcome founder Hatem Aznagwe and his team, who I think are all going to give an acceptance speech. No, they're not.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Vraiment, nous sommes très heureux par cette nomination qui se traduit l'engagement de UNSDGs par rapport aux jeunes pour l'autonomisation des jeunes par rapport aux objectifs de développement durable ou bien la réalisation de l'agenda 2030. Nous sommes vraiment, nous sommes très heureux, très honorés par cette nomination. Merci.
I'm going to be continuing in English. Well, inspired by the Global Festival of Ideas for Sustainable Development and engaged in Morocco for a better world, and driven by the passion that we love our country, we love the SDGs, and we love youth. We want to empower youth, and we want to build their capacities. We founded this project, and we are very overwhelmed to be here today, all of us, And all of our team back in Morocco should be very happy by our nomination and our win. We offer this win to every single person who believed in us, especially our country, our king, our Moroccan ministries, and every single institution who supported us until we got here. And Africa can do it!
And now you're really jealous because you heard from 2 people and they still had 1 second left. I'm just saying, millennials have it figured out, you guys. So now, for our Storyteller Award, here to present it, photojournalist and Canon ambassador, Ulla Lohman.
Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome. I'm going to snuggle you too, sorry. What kinds of human stories do you find instantly capture attention and, even more important for us, actually transform public opinion?
Actually, only the one where the photographer puts all of his or her heart into it are the ones which really move people and who can make a change. I work as a professional photographer, but all of you, the moment you pick up a camera, you become photographers. You can become storytellers.
Mm-hmm. You are a storyteller.
Yes. So please go out there, grab a camera, tell a story you're really passionate about, what you really want to say, because only like this we can make a change. We can make a change all together. So please go out there, explore, and tell your stories. All of you, it's amazing to be here. I'm really blown away. You have so great stories to tell. Out there are even more people with these wonderful stories, but they need to be told. So please go out there, together we can make a change.
Thank you. The Storyteller Award recognizes the person or team that best captures powerful human stories to help communicate the importance of the SDGs to people's lives. The finalists are Home, the movie, Beat Explorers, Daughters of Bangladesh, and Project Vayati. Who's our winner, Ulla?
Oh, I'm allowed to open now.
Very good.
Come on. So, the winner of the 2018 Sdg Action Award for the Best Storyteller goes to Daughters of Bangladesh. Congratulations! Stay there.
This initiative gave tools to 5 daughters of garment workers ages 7 to 15 to explain their daily lives in a short film documentary. They put together compelling stories to raise awareness on crucial issues like supply chain transparency and the need for empowerment of women and girls. Having the girls as directors and protagonists of the film allows viewers to understand the challenges in their lives. And here to congratulate our winner in person, the Ambassador of Bangladesh in Berlin, His Excellency Mr. Imitaz Ahmed. And accepting the award from Lensational, the organization behind the project, Lucille Stengel.
Thank you. It's a real honor. I'm alone tonight, but I'm thinking really hard of our team of 100 volunteers across the globe, our team in Bangladesh, and those 5 girls whose voices were heard in London, in Dhaka, and now here. When we started 5 years ago on International Women's Day, gender equality started to become a more prominent topic. And then in 2016, it became a sustainable development goal. And I think there's been a lot of progress, but there's still a lot that needs to be done to hear the voices of marginalized women, and especially the voices of girls in the developing world. This doesn't mean much to the girls because they don't know what the UN is, but what matters is that their voices are heard. So thank you for this.
And now they will know. Are you ready for some more music? Mm-hmm. Of course you are. It's all been so great so far. Some of you may have seen or heard this next performer during his lunchtime workshop today. A renowned drummer hailing from Chile, he leads the group Tambores del Alma. Please welcome Pedro Green. Hello.
For all of you, love from Chile.
Love that. Oh, I have goosebumps. So some of you were in the lunchtime workshop with Pedro today. You should know he's doing drumming workshops tomorrow and Friday as well during the lunch block right here. And hopefully we'll see lots more of him and his drums. And now we're going to do the Visualizer Award. Here to present it is Deputy Executive Secretary of the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, Pradeep Monga. Great, good to see you too. So data only makes an impact if people actually understand it, which I think we can all agree. What makes a good visualization when you're trying to communicate complex messages to the public and policymakers?
In the present day, communications and information, visual communication can really help us to tell our story much more effective and better way. SDG is a very good example where we can reach out millions of people around the world with simple, very visual characterization of story, the characters, and of course the impact we are creating through those SDGs. We are talking about small world in our hands, our mobile phones, tablets, our laptops, but we are also talking about visual communication, overcoming language and cultural barrier. And most importantly, it helps us to understand the issue in a global context. Once we are able to connect with the people, we have partnership of minds. And when we have partnership of minds, we have partnership of action. And that's where Action Campaign for SDGs come into. Thank you.
Thank you. The Visualizer Award recognizes the most innovative or impactful use of My World or other citizen voices data to communicate with government or the public. The finalists are Nigeria in Maps, Social Cops, Global Goals for Local Impact, Imagine 2030, and Our Life 21. So, Mr. Monga, who's our winner?
2018 UN SDG Action Award for Visualizer goes to, hold your breath, Global Goals for Local Impact.
The changemakers behind this project have collected citizen-generated data from every household in Lanet Umoja, Kenya, on all aspects relating to the SDGs, including security, food, agriculture, livelihoods, education, health, energy, water, and sanitation. They worked with community leaders in Kenya so they could understand the value of data in identifying the development gaps and the needs they must address in order to achieve the SDGs. Here to accept the award from the Open Institute, Benjamin Chirag.
There you go. I don't know where to start. There are too many people to thank. My mother, you know. Anyway, on behalf of Open Institute, I would like to firstly thank the United Nations Development Program for this honor. The work that we do, while very fulfilling, can be faced with many challenges. And it's always great to be recognized, and it will keep us going. A few years ago, we recognized that in order to achieve the SDGs for 2030, it is important to involve the communities at the grassroots level. The people who will benefit the most are those people. The Global Goals was born, the GGLI rather, was born to address this, and it has been a journey of learning ever since. Working together with the communities and local administration, we have been able to create a model that is making real impact in people's lives as we journey towards achieving these goals. Getting to this place would not have been possible without the hard work of the dedication of my colleagues at the Open Institute, our funders and partners, the local administration, and most importantly, the communities that we work for. And we dedicate this award to them. If it was not for their commitment and daily struggle to achieve a better life for themselves, we would not have been here. To all those who were nominated, right, you are all winners, and we recognize your work as we move closer to achieving the SDGs. Be positive, change lives, S to the D to the G, you know. Awesome. Thank you.
And now it's time for the People's Choice Award chosen by you. You can clap for yourselves. Here to present it is the Executive Coordinator of the United Nations Volunteers Program, Olivier Adam.
Good
Hello
evening.
there.
Hello.
So what's the role of volunteers in this ambitious 2030 agenda, and how do we mobilize them?
Well,
Even more than already.
I think here, if we ask who has been a volunteer, who is a volunteer? Most of you, okay? 7 billion people, 1 billion volunteers in the world. We cannot deliver on Agenda 2030 without the volunteers. At the UN and UN volunteers, we have volunteers across the UN system, including our friend Carol in Colombia, working to support all the SDGs. And I really encourage, there's really no way to bring that volunteerism, just to give the political space for volunteers to act on this SDG agenda. So I encourage you to continue volunteering throughout your life. And if you ever want to volunteer for the United Nations, call on us.
And bring a friend.
Bring a friend, of course.
Thank you. So of all the finalists that were shortlisted to win across our categories, the People's Choice Award recognizes, clearly, the people's favorite. For the past few weeks, you all have been voting online, and finalists have been running social media campaigns to build support. And now that the votes have been counted, the winner is... He's gonna make you work for it.
You bet. The People's Choice for the 2018 SDG Action Awards goes to Road to Rights.
A youth-led organization that works to educate and empower young people through human rights education. They've managed to mobilize everyone from the tourism department at Sri Lanka's University of Colombo, who added the SDGs to their tourism curriculum, to a local postman who decided that as he was delivering letters door to door, he'd also advocate to bring education to 60 children in a rural Sri Lankan village. Here to accept the award, founder Ashan Pereira.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be a part of some of the greatest SDG champions around the world. So I would like to first thank UN SDG Action Campaign for creating this platform to recognize SDG action around the world. I would also like to thank amazing and hardworking Road to Rights volunteers in Sri Lanka, local universities, local media, and all the other youth-led initiatives in Sri Lanka. UN SDG Action Award did not just recognize our action, it also strengthened us, motivated us to talk about SDGs with many other people and many other institutions. As we all know, we are the first generation to end poverty, achieve gender equality. And remember this, we are the last generation to act on climate change. So world is in our hand. World is in our hand. So let's act together. Thank you so much for this. Thank you. Thank you.
The People's Choice. This has been an incredible night for all sorts of reasons, not the least of which is Jeremy Goddard. I never knew that music could make you feel like a Golden Globes presenter, but it can. I love that voice. I have to say that we all go to a lot of events like this. A lot of events like this in the conference sense, but not a lot of events like this, like just what just happened here. It's heavy stuff that we're talking about, stuff that can be daunting and scary and make us really sad. And oftentimes when we take the space to celebrate, it's the same people celebrating themselves. There's a lot of self-congratulating, and it's often at the highest levels, but not at the levels we saw tonight. It is so wonderful to see new faces. It's wonderful to see people celebrated who don't get celebrated all the time. Oh my God, what's happening? And it's wonderful to see all of them be so incredibly passionate and excited about their work. So please, 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 when you leave this room, go find them, go look up their work, and help them to uplift all the things that they are doing so that they can reach even farther than they already have, and reach outside of this room, and all this work can be amplified, and that we can finally achieve the SDGs. Because the point of all of this is the 2030 agenda. It's not just to celebrate right now, it's to celebrate what we are going to do. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited for you, and I just love the energy in this room, and that's why I keep coming back. So there's that. Can we have a huge hand for our presenters, because weren't they all amazing? For our judges and for the UN SDG Action Campaign and all the folks who put this together, including Laura and Jeremy Goddard, please. For our finalists and our winners who were just unbelievably amazing. Never mind their dancing and their all their fun activities. And let's have a huge hand for all of you, because you were amazing. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Lord Music Director to play us out. But I'm going to have a few group photos calling out here. So we're going to do the winners, then winners and finalists, then finally winners, finalists, presenters, and judges. So just listen for when I call you down, and we'll do some group photos. And with that, here again is Jeremy Goddard and Exiles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great night, and see you in the morning.
Thank you, Nadira. Give it up for Nadira. For our last song this evening, we're going to play two songs for you now. We'd like to get some people up to the stage to do some photos. We've got a sing-along now. This is a new song that we've written called All the Love. And the lyric is, all the love we need, we have all the love. And I'd love to get you guys to sing with me on this. So I'm going to teach you the chorus very quickly. It's very simple, and it goes, all the love we need, we have all the love, all the love. That's it. So you'll hear it when it comes. The point is, we have all the love. We just need to connect it and be open to it. Thank you very much. The pasta hunt so savage, blood red hands. Can we turn it up? We're upon it. Turn it up. Feel it. You can't stand by. Give